Does that mean it's going to transfer into wins because of this workout? No. You got to see how they mix. You got to see how they gel. I will know for the first month of the season, because that's going to set the tone. They're going to have high energy. The first month of the season it's going to look great.
The Philadelphia 76ers may have just dropped the NBA's first huge dose of off-season drama, and the internet is already moving like the championship parade is booked. A workout video featuring LeBron James, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, Jaylen Brown, and VJ Edgecombe going through intense drills has fans buzzing about what could become a ridiculous super team. LeBron is still exploding toward the rim, everybody looks locked in, and on paper, this group looks absolutely stacked. But former NBA player Kwame Brown isn't buying the hype just because some cameras caught a flashy summer workout.
I want to see, once you get 90 days into the season, 30 games under your belt, 15 games under your belt, and then we see, what it is when guys start to get sore, when guys start to not have the shots that they want. We'll see when guys, if they start losing, or if guys are not healthy.
Do you agree with Kwame Brown that the 76ers workout video proves nothing? Or do you think LeBron and this loaded Philly squad could really make a championship run? Drop your answer in the comments.
Watch this video and then I'll give my reaction. That boy good.
Oh, good mine. Finish. Yeah, over. Get up. Come on, play. Good. There you go, T. Get up.
Now, I will admit, that's impressive that LeBron can still jump like that at this age.
Start with the part nobody can really debate. LeBron James still looks insanely athletic. He's getting close to 42 years old, but he's still rising near the rim and throwing down dunks that would be tough for plenty of much younger players. Seeing him move like that after all these years is straight up wild. Kwame Brown gave LeBron credit for that, and that's fair. No matter where you put LeBron in the GOAT debate, his longevity is crazy. After more than 2 decades in the NBA, he can still run, jump, and finish at a level very few players have maintained for that long. But Kwame's bigger point is simple. Looking athletic in a controlled workout is completely different from surviving the grind of an NBA season. In these workouts, there aren't elite defenders getting physical and trying to push you off your spot. There aren't back-to-back games wearing down your body. There's no fourth quarter pressure with 20,000 fans going crazy while your legs feel heavy and every possession matters. And that's where things get interesting.
LeBron James is going to be 42 years old, and he's dunking like that in the practices? That is impressive. I ain't going to lie. I ain't going to hold you. His head is right up under the rim. His arms are at the top of the white square almost from the look of it. Right there at the top of the cushion. The athleticism, not really fading. That looks pretty cool.
Can LeBron, at this stage of his career, keep producing at that level when the games actually count? The workout footage shows him running, jumping, finishing, and bringing serious energy. Cool. But what happens 30 games into the season? What happens after a long road trip? What happens if Philadelphia drops 5 out of 6 and suddenly every possession feels massive? That's exactly the type of situation Kwame Brown says he wants to see. The opening weeks could look amazing. Philly could come flying out, play fast, put up big numbers, and have people across the league calling them Eastern Conference favorites. But an NBA season has a funny way of exposing cracks that summer workout clips simply can't show.
I mean, I'm impressed with LeBron James' athleticism. We know who Tyrese Maxey is. We know who Brown is, Jaylen Brown. We know what they're going to do. I don't think this video is much to do about nothing. I don't think this proves that they're unstoppable. I'm impressed with LeBron James' athleticism. I'll say that again. But this video, they're just working out with the coaches. This is just regular stuff.
And that leads straight into the biggest question hanging over this potential squad. Chemistry. Talent looks beautiful on paper, but talent alone has never guaranteed a championship. NBA history has seen loaded teams struggle because somebody eventually had to sacrifice touches, shots, or control of the offense. Imagine LeBron James, Joel Embiid, Tyrese Maxey, Jaylen Brown, and VJ Edgecombe all sharing the floor. That's a crazy amount of talent. But when there are 2 minutes left in a tight game, who gets the rock? Who becomes option number 1? Who takes fewer shots? And who is cool with becoming the 3rd or even 4th scoring option on certain nights? You don't answer those questions during an off-season drill.
You have your coaches, you have your guys out there breaking down in 3-man sessions where you're getting your cardio and you're getting your legs up underneath you so you can get ready to get back into game shape. And so this shouldn't scare anybody, because there are going to be different players out there. They're going to be the same size. A LeBron, Jaylen Brown pick and roll is going to be a switch, and they're going to go up underneath. So, I mean, I think this is just to make the buzz around the league.
Kwame Brown specifically questioned how Jaylen Brown would fit next to LeBron, and that angle could become a major storyline. Brown is used to carrying serious responsibility. He can attack the basket, create offense, defend at a high level, and take important shots. Tyrese Maxey also needs room to use his speed, get downhill, and make things happen. Then there's Joel Embiid, who, when healthy, is one of basketball's most dominant big men and naturally needs touches to maximize his impact. So where does LeBron land in that pecking order? Does he immediately become the main leader and primary ball handler? Does he take a step back and focus more on setting everybody else up? Would he really embrace being the third scoring option? And if Embiid is healthy while Brown and Maxey are cooking, could LeBron realistically spend stretches as the fourth option? That's where this whole situation could get spicy. When everybody is winning, those questions might barely matter. Winning can cover up a whole lot of tension in the NBA. If Philadelphia starts 15-5, the locker room could be feeling great. The media could be hyping this roster nonstop, and every player's sacrifice could suddenly look like the smartest move possible. But what happens when adversity finally hits? Because sooner or later, it will. Maybe Embiid misses some games. Maybe LeBron starts feeling that brutal schedule in his legs. Maybe Jaylen Brown hits a cold shooting stretch. Maybe Maxey starts feeling like he's getting squeezed out of the offense. Or maybe Philly suddenly loses 6 of 8 games, and everybody starts arguing about who should control the ball in the fourth quarter. That's when Kwame Brown says we'll really find out what this team is made of. And when it comes to that workout video, Kwame refuses to get carried away. He has a point. NBA players can look absolutely unreal in summer footage. We've watched guys drain jumpers for weeks, cook defenders in training sessions, and convince fans that some monster breakout season is coming. Then the real games begin, and those same old weaknesses can show up again. Controlled workouts are there to help players get into shape, sharpen their game, and prepare for the season. They aren't proof that anybody is winning a championship. There's no real game pressure. There's no opposing coach spending hours building a defensive scheme specifically designed to shut you down. There's no defense making you fight for every clean look against 7-footers for 48 minutes. Kwame even brought up Ben Simmons, who looked impressive in off-season shooting videos year after year. The lesson is pretty clear. What happens inside a workout doesn't automatically carry over when the real games start. A player can splash 20 jumpers in an empty gym and still have trouble making that same shot when a defender is flying at him, and thousands of people already know exactly what he wants to do. So when fans watch LeBron dunking, Jaylen Brown attacking, and the rest of Philly moving with crazy energy, being impressed makes sense. Calling them unstoppable because of one workout clip, that's a whole different story. Now let's get into LeBron's jumper, because Kwame Brown touched on another detail that could become huge. LeBron has always been most dangerous when he gets downhill, uses his strength, reads the defense, and creates opportunities for teammates. Even this deep into his career, he can still attack the lane and make plays that get everybody talking. But with this much talent around him, opposing defenses could play things differently. If Embiid is operating around the paint while Brown, Maxey, and the other scorers need their space, teams may try to clog LeBron's driving lanes and dare him to beat them from outside. He might not be able to power his way toward the basket whenever he feels like it. That makes LeBron's outside shot a serious piece of the puzzle. If defenders feel comfortable backing off him in key situations, Philadelphia's offense could get easier to contain. But if LeBron starts consistently knocking down those jumpers, the whole chessboard changes. Defenders have to respect him, driving lanes get wider, and suddenly this offense becomes a nightmare to cover. The catch is that no summer workout video can tell us whether that jumper will show up when the pressure gets crazy. You can knock down shots in practice all afternoon. The real test is the fourth quarter. When defenders are locked in, the crowd is loud, your legs are tired, and one decision can swing the entire game. And speaking of fourth quarters, Kwame also brought up the long-running debate surrounding LeBron's late-game decisions. He joked that fans don't have to worry about LeBron taking certain last-second shots because he may pass the ball instead. That criticism has followed LeBron for years. Some fans see that willingness to pass as smart basketball, a superstar reading the floor and making the best available play. Other fans believe somebody with LeBron's talent and status should want that final shot in his hands. And if this Philly lineup ever becomes reality, that argument could get even louder because there would be several stars capable of closing a game. Picture a playoff game tied with 5 seconds left. Does LeBron take the shot? Does Embiid get fed in the post? Does Maxey use his speed and attack the rim? Does Jaylen Brown become the closer? Those are high-class problems, but championship teams still have to solve them. Having several great options is a massive advantage only when everybody knows exactly what their job is under pressure. If they don't, possessions can get messy, roles can become unclear, and a stacked roster can suddenly look like 5 talented players trying to make separate things happen instead of one connected unit. But the biggest question hanging over everything could still be Joel Embiid's health. On paper, a healthy Embiid playing alongside LeBron, Brown, and Maxey sounds scary for the rest of the East. But the words "if healthy" carry serious weight here. An NBA season is long, physical, and unforgiving, and Philadelphia's ceiling could change completely depending on Embiid's availability. Kwame asked the obvious question: can he hold up for 50 or 60 games? And if Embiid does miss time, the ripple effect could hit the entire lineup. Does LeBron suddenly have to carry a bigger load? Does Brown become the main scorer? Does Maxey suddenly have to carry the offense? Those are the domino effects that make a roster like this so tricky to judge before the season even begins. Then there's VJ Edgecombe, another important piece who could see his role change when multiple stars enter the picture. Young players usually need touches, minutes, and freedom to make mistakes so they can develop. But on a squad this stacked, those opportunities can disappear fast. If Edgecombe is mostly asked to defend, bring energy, and stay out of the veterans' way offensively, does that slow down his development? Or could his athleticism and hustle make him the perfect complementary piece next to all these stars? Once again, it comes back to chemistry. The talent is obvious, but everybody needs to understand exactly what the team expects from them. And Kwame Brown's biggest point might be what happens when things get ugly. Every team looks tight when it's winning. Everybody celebrates after a crazy highlight. Everybody says they're willing to sacrifice when the record is 12-3 and everything feels smooth. But what happens when injuries pile up? What happens when players are sore, tired, and frustrated? What happens when somebody isn't getting the shots they thought they would? And what happens when Philadelphia hits a losing streak and the media starts searching for somebody to blame? That's when you find out whether you've got real championship chemistry or simply a collection of huge names. And if this hypothetical roster actually comes together, the pressure surrounding LeBron would be massive. With this much talent around him, expectations wouldn't just be high, they'd be through the roof. Kwame Brown's challenge is basically this: if the team is really as dangerous as the hype suggests, then LeBron and Philadelphia should be competing for a championship right away, not 2 or 3 years down the road after everybody figures things out. The Eastern Conference already has serious competition, including teams like the Knicks and Celtics, so nothing would be handed to Philly. Still, a roster carrying this much star power would be expected to make serious noise in the playoffs, and getting through the East would only be one part of the battle. Teams such as the Oklahoma City Thunder, Denver Nuggets, or San Antonio Spurs could be waiting on the other side. That road could get nasty fast, and that's exactly why one flashy workout video tells us almost nothing about who's actually winning the championship. Dunks look great, fast drills look great, viral clips get people talking. But championships come down to health, chemistry, execution, defense, resilience, and what happens when the original plan starts falling apart. So was Kwame Brown right to push back against all this workout hype? In some ways, absolutely. LeBron's athleticism deserves respect, and the potential of a roster like this would be impossible to ignore. But potential and production are two completely different things. This group could become a nightmare matchup, or it could turn into another reminder that stacking big names doesn't automatically produce a championship. The basketball still has to work, and the real test wouldn't come in August. It wouldn't come from one viral practice clip, and it probably wouldn't even come during the first 10 games. The real test comes months later, when that fresh season excitement disappears and the NBA schedule turns into a grind. It comes when LeBron has another long stretch of games on his body, when questions about Embiid's availability start getting louder, when Maxey and Brown have to battle through cold stretches, when somebody has to give up touches, when Philly drops a few games and suddenly those cameras aren't capturing nothing but dunks, smiles, and highlight plays anymore. That's when we'd find out whether this team is actually built different. For now, the workout footage is exactly that, a workout video. It shows LeBron can still move at an impressive level. It shows these players are putting in work, and it shows there's plenty of talent in the building. But it doesn't prove that all those pieces can share the floor, handle adversity, and win together when the pressure gets serious. And if LeBron James really does end up in Philadelphia surrounded by a roster this loaded, Kwame Brown's message is clear. Expectations are coming with it. The hype would already be crazy, and every loss, late game decision, injury, and lineup choice would get picked apart. Because looking unstoppable during a summer workout is one thing. Looking unstoppable when your season is on the line, the defense knows every move, and the pressure is at its highest, that's a completely different game. Now I want to hear from you. Is Kwame Brown right that people are getting way too carried away with these workout clips? Or would this Philly squad be a legit championship problem? Drop your take in the comments. And if you enjoyed the video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and share this with another NBA fan. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.